Welcome to Menopause Natural Solutions. You're listening to episode 96, Blueberries, the post-menopause superfood. Welcome to Menopause Natural Solutions, your podcast for all things perimenopause, menopause and beyond. Stay tuned as your host, Naturopath Jennifer Harrington, explains how to use natural therapies to find your ultimate health and happiness during your transition. Did you hear? This is episode 96. Wow, that has flown fast. And to celebrate when I reach the 100th episode, I'm giving away a 3-month consultation package to work with me. This is valued at $900. I'm still working out the final details, but make sure you listen next week to hear how you can enter. But for now, let's chat all things blueberries. Now, please don't let me scare you off eating blueberries if you are perimenopausal. I'm perimenopausal and I have half to a cup of them every day. But the most exciting research is looking at the health concerns of postmenopausal women. If you missed episode 84 on postmenopausal concerns, you might want to go back and listen to that one. Let's just start at the end of life. I looked up the leading cause of death in women. A June 2021, so a very new report on the leading cause of death in Australian women surprised me. I actually thought it was going to be heart disease, as this is the leading cause of death in Australians. But this report separated men from women, and heart disease is the number 2 cause of death in Australian women. So I decided to look up the statistics for around the world, and the UK was the same as Australia. But in the US, the leading cause of death in women is still reported to be heart disease. What do you think is the leading cause of death in women from Australia and the UK? Any ideas, anyone? It's dementia and Alzheimer's. Our risk of dementia increases after menopause as estrogen plays a protective role in brain health. Estrogen stimulates the growth of new brain cells. It plays a role in protecting the transportation of messages around the brain by strengthening the dendrites and synapses. It regulates neurotransmitter production and improves brain circulation. Our risk of heart disease increases after menopause, as estrogen also plays a protective role in keeping our cardiovascular system healthy. Many postmenopausal women notice their blood pressure start to creep up, and they may see changes in their cholesterol readings. Luckily for us, blueberries may help reduce both the risk of developing dementia and heart disease, plus much more. Blueberries are super nutritious. They contain dietary fibre, vitamins such as A, B, C and E, minerals like selenium, zinc, iron and manganese, and other phytonutrients like resveratrol and beta-carotene and lutein and zeaxanthin and flavonoids and flavanols and phenolics. From the phytonutrient list, a flavonoid called anthocyanin may play the biggest role in promoting health. Anthocyanins provide the colour pigment found in red, purple, blue or black coloured fruits and vegetables. The amount starts to rise as the fruit ripens to help with the colour identification of a fully ripe compared to an unripe fruit. In the famous nurses study involving 16,000 nurses, the greater intake of blueberries and strawberries was associated with slower rates of cognitive decline. Does anyone want greater executive function? Executive function is the brain's ability to make decisions, to organize thoughts, to stay focused, and to manage emotions. A study looking at women aged 60 to 75 found the Blueberry group had improved executive function and better memory. Let's check out what the research has to say about blueberries and heart health. Blueberry research indicated many possible benefits, including a 25% reduced risk of coronary artery disease, 32% reduction in heart attacks, and 10% reduction in hypertension. The greatest risk reduction was noticed in women over 60. One study of twins found the twin with the higher blueberry intake had less vascular stiffness, 3 to 9% lower fat mass and central weight gain. Weight gain is a leading promoter of cardiovascular disease. Another study looking at diabetic patients with cardiovascular disease found the Blueberry group, after 12 weeks, had an increased HDL, which is your good cholesterol, a decrease in LDL, which is your bad cholesterol, as well as improved endothelial function. This is a fabulous result, but the trial continued, and after 24 weeks, they also noted further improvements, such as a reduction in inflammatory markers like C-reactive protein. Other health benefits associated with blueberry intake include better glucose regulation and a reduced risk of diabetes and diabetic complications. Better longer-term vision. A large observational study involving over 35,000 women, all over the age of 45, found a positive association with higher blueberry intake and reduced risk of age-related vision impairment. There are promising but inconclusive links to improving depression and other mood disorders. Likewise, they may be helpful in preventing cancers such as breast and cervical cancer. The therapeutic range varied across the clinical trials from 1/3 to 1 whole punnet, and a whole punnet is about 125 grams of blueberries daily. This superfood is so easy to include in your diet. Okay, I'm very biased. They are absolutely my favorite fruit on the planet. I just eat them up. I love them fresh, but I prefer them frozen. Other women may prefer them fresh or dried. You can eat them alone or add them to your salads, smoothies, chia seed puddings, breakfast cereal, or blend them frozen into a really yummy sorbet. Actually, guys, I'm going to go eat some right now. Have a great week. Stay tuned next week to hear all about the 100th episode consultation giveaway. That's it from me. Bye for now. Thank you for listening to Menopause Natural Solutions. This podcast contains general information about menopause. It is provided as a guide and is not intended to replace medical advice. Opinions of guests are their own, and this podcast does not endorse or accept responsibility for statements made by guests. If you have enjoyed today's episode, please leave us a 5-star review.